Safia bint Huyay. Muhammad exterminated the Jews in Medina, or the people of the book, by the sword, and by expulsion at times, where 40,000 of the people of the book were killed and displaced in Yathrib alone, according to the estimates of Ahmad Barakat in his book Muhammad and the Jews, A New Perspective, and the Chronicle of Walid al-Husayni. Muhammad brought Kinana ibn al-Rabi, the husband of Safia bint Huyay, after her father Huyay ibn Akhtab was killed, and her brother and her husband Kinana ibn al-Rabi, the keeper of the fortresses of Khaybar, and the treasurer of Banu Nadir, were killed. He asked him about the treasure, but he denied knowing its location. A man was brought who said he saw Kinana going around this ruin every day. Muhammad asked Kinana, Safia's husband, "What if we find it with you, shall I kill you?" He said yes. So Muhammad ordered the ruin to be dug up, and some of their treasure was found. Then he asked about the rest, but he refused to tell, so Muhammad ordered al-Zubayr ibn al-Awwam to torture him until he confessed. Al-Zubayr kindled a fire with his tinder on his chest until he was near death. Then the Prophet handed him over to Muhammad ibn Maslama to behead him. And he did so. His brother Maslama had been killed in this war. This is mentioned in the biography of Ibn Hisham in the chapter on the march to Khaybar. During the Battle of Banu Qurayza, the Jews agreed with the Muslims that Said ibn Mu'ad would judge them. Said decreed that the men be killed, the wealth divided among the Muslims, and the children enslaved. Muhammad said to him, "You have judged by the command of Allah from above 7 heavens, and ordered the Muslim men to be captured and their necks struck after digging a trench in the market of Medina to throw their bodies into it. They were between 700 and 800. He brought Huyay ibn Akhtab, Safiya's father, with his hands tied to his neck with a rope. Then Muhammad said, "People, there is no harm in the command of Allah, a decree, and a battle that Allah has written for the children of Israel." Then he sat down and struck his neck. Among the captives was Safia. The women from the spoils of Khaybar were gathered after the men were killed, and every child who had grown hair in his pubic area. Then Diyya al-Kalbi, who used to take the role of Gabriel, came and said to Muhammad, "I want a slave girl." Muhammad told him to choose one, so he took Safia. According to Anas, Khaybar was destroyed. Then the Muslims conquered Khaybar by force and gathered the captives after killing the men. Diyya al-Kalbi came and said, "O Prophet, give me a slave girl from the captives." He said, "Go and take a slave girl." So he took Safia bint Huyay. A man came to the Prophet and said, "O Prophet, you gave Diyya al-Kalbi Safia bint Huyay, the lady of Qurayza and Nadir. She is only suitable for you." So the Prophet said, "Call him with her." So he came with her. The Prophet looked at her and said to Diyya, "Take another slave girl from the captives other than her." So he freed her and married her. The pearl and the coral and what was agreed upon by the two sheikhs al-Bukhari and Muslim, Hadith number 900. Muhammad did not wait to reach Medina, so he set up tents and raped Safia. But the tragedy did not stop there. Muhammad sent the captives of Banu Qurayza to Najd, and bought horses and weapons with them. And in another narration, said Ibn Ubadah sent captives to the Levant to sell them, and buy weapons and horses. Even his companions were surprised by this act, according to Urwa. Abu Ayyub spent a night standing near where Muhammad entered with Safia bint Huyay, holding his sword until morning. When the Prophet came out in the morning, Abu Ayyub exclaimed. The Prophet asked him what was wrong, and he said he did not sleep that night. The Prophet asked why, and he said, "When you entered with this woman, I remembered that you had killed her father, her brother, her husband, and most of her tribe, so I feared for your life by God." The Prophet laughed and thanked him. So he bought many horses and distributed them among the Muslims. And Uthman ibn Affan and Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf bought a group of captives, separating the young from the old. Then Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf gave Uthman ibn Affan the choice, so he chose the old, and Abd al-Rahman took the young. Uthman set a price for each of them. If they brought it, they would be freed. So the money was found with the old but not with the young, and Uthman made a lot of money. He married her after raping her forcibly, and her dowry was her freedom. Safia lived with his other wives and hated him. But there are hadiths that beautify the tragedy, like the hadith that Safia dreamed that the moon descended into her lap, and when she told her husband, he slapped her on the face and said, "You dreamed that you will marry Muhammad." A patchwork and naive hadith, but they strengthen and weaken it according to interests. Safia did not bear children like his other wives. His other wives, especially Hafsa and Aisha, hated her, and the harassment of Hafsa and Aisha increased after Muhammad's death, especially under Abu Bakr and Umar. During Umar's time he placed a maid to spy on her, and the maid reported to Umar that Safia still honored the Sabbath, worshipped on it, and showed her affection to the slaves and maids. Umar brought her, but with her intelligence, she got out of the situation. Safia was the only one who opened a passage between her and Uthman to bring him food and drink after the Muslims deprived him of it, so how could she not when she saw the injustice? And Aisha said that Uthman was the Jewish Nathal. Safia bequeathed several thousand dinars to her nephew and recognized her nephew who was sold, bought, freed, then returned to Judaism in the Levant during the time of Muawiyah. Muawiyah bought her house and she died during the time of Muawiyah. She remained in conflict with Aisha until she died because she was wronged during the time of Abu Bakr.